The dust swirled around my boots as we rode, the sun a burning eye in the sky. "They call us outlaws, snake eyes," Ruby said, her voice barely a whisper. "But ain't we just taking back what's rightfully ours?" I grunted, squinting at the sprawling town ahead. "We're righting the wrongs, Ruby," I said, trying to soothe the unease in her eyes. "These railroad barons bleed this land dry, fattening off the backs of hard-working folk. It's a different kind of justice. We were the Rattlers, a band of renegades who'd carved our name into the dusty tales of the West-ambushed trains, plundered stagecoaches, and made the fat cats squirm. People whispered about our daring, but mostly about our ruthlessness. And things were getting worse, especially after the incident with the doctor's goods." "Mr. Silas," Ruby said, her fear palpable. "Sheriff comes to town talking about the Iron Ghost, says he's cleaned out whole dang saloons without a scream." I dismissed it. "Just a story, Ruby. An excuse to scare the townsfolk." The Iron Ghost heard a whisper here, a murmur there, a metallic silhouette against the setting sun. But it was just a ghost story, right? Turns out, it wasn't. We hit the rail line, not for gold this time, but for a cargo of medicine destined for the plague-ridden folk in Red Rock. A righteous heist, that's what I called it. Yet, when we pulled into town, things felt off. A quiet descended, the usual bustle replaced by a chill in the air, and then we saw it. A figure, taller than any man I'd ever seen, silhouetted against the red sunset, covered in black soot and grime, every movement precise and powerful. His eyes, two glowing orbs, fixed on me with an unsettling intensity. "Get down!" I yelled, pulling Ruby and the rest behind cover, as a blinding flash of light erupted. A volley of bullets ripped through the air, but not at us. They streaked towards the saloon, a den of vice run by Jebediah Banks, the very baron who'd profited off the plague. Days turned into weeks. Fear turning into a strange sort of wonder. The Iron Ghost was everywhere, and nowhere he'd appear, enact swift, brutal justice, and then vanish, leaving behind no trace but the scent of burning coal and an echo of clanging metal. Ruby, bless her soul, was torn. "He's doing bad things, Mr. Silas," she said, her voice choked with tears. "But he's doing them for good." I saw the truth in her words. The Iron Ghost wasn't looking for revenge. He was after something bigger, something more. I just didn't know what. Then, one day, I saw a piece of the puzzle, a scrap of paper, a faded blueprint, amongst the Iron Ghost's forgotten gear. It depicted a machine, not unlike the automaton itself, but adorned in intricate gears and delicate filigree. Beneath it, a single word: hope. It hit me then. This wasn't just an avenging machine. It was a broken soul, seeking to rebuild what was lost. A broken heart, seeking to mend the world. That's when he came for me. He stood in the flickering light of the campfire, his face a mask of polished steel. "Snake eyes," he said, his voice a rasping whisper. "You have seen my pain, you have seen my purpose. Will you join me?" I stared into his glowing eyes, his words echoing the unspoken truth. The life I'd built was a lie. The gold, the power. It all meant nothing compared to the possibility of redemption, of forging a new path. I want to help," I choked out, my voice thick with emotion. "Good," he said, offering his hand. A cold, metallic embrace. "We have much work to do." He led me toward the rising sun, where the land stretched endlessly, promising a future where the clang of metal met the hope for a better tomorrow.